Good afternoon, everyone. In the last 24 hours, we've added 200,000 people to this planet. By 2050, the population is set to exceed by 9 billion. An increase in population obviously increases demand for food. Modern agricultural practices are expected to produce more from less. Farmers, they have very little resources to work with. Farmers, they have to use very limited agrochemicals. Farmers, they're not supposed to use any genetically modified organisms. More importantly, they have very little labor force to work with. Friends, I would like to introduce you to my friend, Fred. Well, there's no one there, guys. Fred is my imaginary friend who is new to farming. So Fred, what brings you here? Senor, I have 1,000 hectares of apple orchards and it's full of pests. I've used a combination of pesticides, I've mixed them with water, and I've sprayed onto leaf surfaces, but they don't seem to stick to leaf surfaces. They are toxic to soil. I see the problem here, Fred. Fred, have you ever tried to wash your car after you waxed it? Please take a seat here with my friends. I'll explain to you. Friends, have you ever wondered how plants keep dust and water off the leaf surfaces, the solar panels, and the nostrils of the plant? Plants, they have an almost invisible, chemically complex, biologically waxy outermost layer called as the plant cuticles, which is similar to that of wax on a car before you go for a wash or after you go for a wash. So, in order to make this pesticide stick onto plant surfaces, you need to mix another chemical called as adjuvants. So what do adjuvants do? Adjuvants, they break the surface force that holds the water drop together and help them spread onto leaf surface, as you can see in that image to your right over there. Adjuvants have been around since the early 1900s. But with more focus, adjuvants have been around since the early 1900s, but chemists are always on the lookout for newer adjuvants just because of stricter environmental regulations. With much focus in developing newer adjuvants, very little work has been done to understand how these adjuvants interact with plant surfaces. In my PhD, I plan to address this by collaborating with Victoria Chemicals, my industry partner, and Monash University. After I science the heck out of this project, I will know how these adjuvants interact with leaf surfaces, how they penetrate through the cuticle, more importantly, if they are toxic at a molecular level. This research will help farmers like Fred to practice agriculture in a more sustainable way. Thank you very much.